It's Team Tuesday every Tuesday. This week we visit Akron, Ohio. Tune in every Tuesday to learn about our team here at Donald Martens.
My name is Marcus Moore. I'm an advanced EMT with Donald Martens. I've been here for a year and a half, a little bit more. I work out of the Akron base. Mississippi pot roast, but I do like a good American stew. All expenses paid meal. I like steak and shrimp on the grill. It has to be on the grill. Good rice and broccoli. Usually I grab a coffee. Drinking coffee since I was probably about 20 years old. So a great superpower for me, that's going to be a hard one. There is a lot of them to get in people's minds, just to see what they think. Just hang with my kids, and then other times just kind of relax and watch some music videos. One thing I used to do is a lot of paintball, but one of my favorite things used to be paintball. Now, when I'm outside, I mean, just walk. Taking a walk's good, but when I have my 3-day weekends, a lot of times I will go down to my son's house and stay, and we'll do something down there, like go out to dinner, or actually the last time I traveled was with the company. I went on a deployment in Florida for the hurricanes, and then we went to South Carolina, and then we also went back to Florida. So the last time I was out of state was for the deployment. The deployment, we had 5 different units go down, and we were assigned a team, and that team would go out and pretty much do what the FEMA, people in charge of FEMA wanted us to do. Sometimes we were moving people from the hospitals to another location, or a nursing home to another location, or even with myself and my partner, we did some logistics, and which didn't even have anything to do with EMS. But the thing was we did a great job with the logistics, and they were very thankful that we were doing it. How does that make me feel? Kind of like a hero.
Yes.
Actually, an adrenaline rush to have a good call. And it's nice to have just a simple call, because in a simple call, for the 10, 15 minutes that you're with somebody, you could just talk to them, and you can learn about them, they can learn about you, and you get to meet a lot of nice people. And myself and my old partner, we had a woman that would come up to us and talk to us each time she's seen us at the hospital, because her dad was repeatedly in the hospital, and she would tell us how he's doing. So we actually gained some friends just by transporting her father once. She would help me out, and I would help her out. A lot of times when I would have an ALS call, she would hop in the back, help me start an IV, help me put a 4-lead on, or a 12-lead, and once we were ready to go, she'd get in the driver's seat and go. She was very knowledgeable, and she was a great help at the time.
And you in general.
When you have somebody that's counting on you, it's nice to count on somebody else. You would say that I was very helpful and knowledgeable, and we collaborated very well together. The Akron team works pretty well together. A lot of times when we have a person that's obese, we usually use more than just the 2 people. We usually use a couple more trucks, but 9 times out of 10, we know who's leading it, and we work well together. I like working with Mary Lade. She's an excellent EMT. An ALS call goes very smooth with her, and an emergency services for a while, so she knows what to do, when to do it. It's probably a kid named Andrew. He's something else. He's somebody that is very easy to work with. He can joke, and he can work at the same time. I've always been around fire and EMS and police officers. and I knew it was the direction that I wanted to go into. So I went part-time. Actually, when I started, I was a volunteer fireman, and then they made everybody do EMS too, and that's how I got started. At least 22 years, 23 years. Probably about 8 years ago, I was on transport with a 4-year-old child. The 4-year-old child ended up passing. And then several months later, I ended up meeting the mother, and she gave me a hug and a thank you. It made me feel good, and it also made me cry, which I don't like to cry, but it made me feel good to do what I was doing. I seen Donald Marten years ago when they had a contract with another hospital system, and I decided that it was a good route to go. I knew who they were, and some of the other EMS industry, other companies weren't, they didn't have a great reputation. So I didn't hear that much about Donald Marten's compared to some of the other ones, some of the other EMS companies. So I'd rather go with somebody that had a better reputation, because reputation means a lot in the EMS world. Yeah. I believe that Donald Marten's definitely has a better reputation than some of the other companies out there. I'm still nervous, but the guy that trained me let me look around, and he was explaining the way that their process is on doing EMS calls, which is everybody does it a little bit different. And actually, he made it very welcoming. Donald Marten's has a very good position when it comes to meeting people in the different hospital systems. I honestly didn't know anything about Akron City besides the ER before I started Donald Marten's. And now I have a lot of contacts at the Akron City. I'll be honest with you, I can go in there and have a conversation with a lot of people in there. I met them, I get along with them. There's people who say hi to me that I can't even remember their names, and they shake my hand. So I think working with Donald Marten's and doing my job properly works out. I could tell you that there is one at Donald Marten. We took care of a young lady's father, and he's been in the hospital several times. And each time she's seen us, she's shaken our hands, and she's told us about how her father's doing. She believes that we did an excellent job, and she thanks us every time we see her. What makes me proud of it, we impact somebody's life. Part of EMS is impacting somebody's life. Every day that we transport somebody, we're with that person, maybe 5 minutes, maybe an hour, but we're a part of that person's life for that short period of time. Well, I will tell you this. One thing about Donald Marten's, as in the year and a half, they hired our director. Our director's slowly making changes for the better. She's adding continuing education, which everybody that's an EMT or higher needs. She's pushing for better equipment, and she's pushing for continuing education. One of the best things to do to get somebody into EMS and is to start with a company like Donald Marten's, because one thing you're going to do is you're going to do those basic runs. When you do those basic runs, you learn more and more about people.
Every Tuesday, learn about us here at Donald Marten's.